Welcome back to my channel. Just want to start talking to the camera more and just freely speaking about some topics. So I want to talk about being the cool girl, being the chill, laid back, nonchalant girl, and how that's actually probably hurt me, or I found myself feeling hurt in more scenarios than I think that persona is supposed to be or whatever. So granted, like, I am just a laid back person and I am just like a nonchalant kind of chick, but in a lot of scenarios, and I don't know if anyone can relate, I have like found myself kind of like needing to remind people that like I'm not okay, or like kind of having to just kind of have this like struggle with my voice, honestly, and like voicing how I feel, or like that something's bothering me because of this like chill girl vibe that I guess I give off. And honestly, like for the most part, I am really chilling, like most of the time. Like even when things get on my nerves or somebody's bothering me, or like a situation doesn't go maybe the way I needed it to or wanted it to. I mean, will I be frustrated and upset and whatever? Yeah. But like more often than not, I choose my battles, and most of the time I'm just kind of like, all right, man, it's really not that deep. Like this is one little blip on the whole life thing. So like we good, it's fine. But then it's like interesting when it comes to like personal relationships, and honestly mainly dating for me, like when those little things that like, why is this bothering me so much? Like why does this doesn't matter. Like just chill, Casey. Like it's not that deep. It's not that big of a deal. It is like really difficult to voice it. And I'm testing out a new mic. We're trying to get fancy, and I hope the audio is good. Yeah, it's just been a little journey of this like cool girl, whatever we're calling me. There's been like so many scenarios where I'm having like a whole debate in my head if it's even worth bringing up, you know, or like I guess I'm just like not, and this just also has to do with just like how I was raised and stuff, obviously, but like I'm just not the one that might like really like go off on somebody, or like really let you know passionately how I feel about something. Like I can get there, I have gone there for sure with people in my life, for sure. But for the most part, like just having this like even tempered reaction to most things, like just not really being a reactive person, I guess, has made it really interesting to express when I am feeling reactive because it's almost like a territory that I'm like, am I allowed to do that? Can I do that? And like I said, it's kind of created this like expectation of me to kind of always shrug things off. When really I'm like the biggest sensitive Sally there is probably out here, and I could probably cry on cue right now if I really needed to. Like it's just because I have this like laid back, like tomboy-esque or whatever demeanor, I think it gets like clouded that I don't really care, when really it's the total opposite. It's like I care so much. I do choose my battles and like choose my way of showing that I care, but it's not like I don't care, you know? Like I have feelings, they're there, and then I am perfectly okay with expressing them. I think a big thing when it comes to people expressing things, and we like want them to just communicate, just tell me, like you could be open, you could be honest. We forget that like you also have to provide the safe space for that person to open up and to communicate to you. That was a huge like realization when it came to like some past relationships in my life, where I was like, why couldn't they just be honest? And I was like, did I provide a space where they felt like they could be? Like I'm not totally taking blame for, you know, some scenarios, but like it is a two-way street, you know, like communication is a two-way. And realizing that's like a really big thing for me, that I need to do that, you know, like I want to do that for the people I love, because I realize that that's a really big deal for me. Like I really need a safe space. A space that's just like held, and it's just judgment-free, and maybe even you don't even say anything back or give me any advice or like anything. Like you're just listening, you're just supporting my expression in that moment, you know? Because like honestly, more often than not, when I am upset or flustered about something, I don't really want advice. Like it depends, but more often than not, I don't really want you to tell me what you think I should do. I kind of just want to like express this freely and like not totally just absentmindedly just like cursing and saying all kind of shit and like talking down on myself. Like there's still like a level of awareness and intentionality, just like being able to freely express in a safe space. When I feel like that's not there, that's kind of when I tap into that like nonchalant, like, nah, it's all good, I'm good, it's cool, whatever, nah, you go, I'm good. Like that really like cool girl vibe kicks in, and realizing that like that is sometimes a defense mechanism or a coping mechanism was like a crazy moment for me, because I was just like, nah, I think I'm just like that. Like, I think I'm just, and granted, I do think I am sometimes just like that. I think sometimes I am really just chilling and I'm like, yo, it's really not that deep to me, but you know, it doesn't mean that my way is the only way, obviously. It has been just interesting to navigate in specifically like romantic relationships, because being the chick that is, you know, kind of just like always hanging with the boys, that is like a big one, honestly, because I like hang out with a lot of guy friends. I get along more with men than women, honestly. I grew up with 2 older brothers, so I just kind of like am used to that. You know, having to be like, hey, I don't really want to hang out with you and your friends. Like, I want to just hang out with you, or I want to go hang out with like my girlfriends. Like, kind of just like always being assumed that like I'm down to for whatever. I'm down to get dirty. I'm down to be rough. I'm down to like, you know, there's just like these tomboy expectations, I guess, sometimes, and like I don't blame anyone for them, but it's interesting to reflect on. Maybe just do some more hard shit than I actually really want to do. Like maybe I do want to just be like really feminine and soft right now, but like people are kind of used to me being in a different rhythm, so it's, yeah. I will say I think I found more so like a balance and more like comfort with myself within that space. Like I'm really happy with where I'm at as far as like my feminine, masculine, and I actually want to make a video about how I feel like I don't want to say I've like absolutely balanced my masculine and feminine, but I want to make a video just talking about like my journey with that and balancing those 2 energies. I want to know if there's any other like cool girls out there that feel like maybe they got caught up in this like cool girl, and I don't want to call it an act, because I think like we are just that kind of girl. Like, you know, we're just not the like maybe hot-tempered or like out there kind of energies, but you know, kind of getting like attached or really used to this rhythm that you're in. So when you do feel like out of that rhythm, you almost feel like, can I be like that? Like, is that okay? Like, I got a lot of shit I want to say, or I really want to express myself, or I really want to like cry really loud, or like this little tiny thing is like really bothering me, like to a point where I just really need to express it, and I need that to be okay, you know? Like, if you've ever experienced anything like that, I would love to know. I think this is a lot more common than I'm realizing. It has made me like really aware of my voice also, which is a whole other video I plan to make too, but just like getting comfortable with my voice in certain areas, in certain environments, like being really aware of the receivers of my voice. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I've had a chapter when I was like kind of first like unpacking this like cool girl thing, where I was like, I don't know, did my voice sound like too stern, or did my voice sound too like whiny? Did it sound like, you know, I care too much? Like just kind of like seeing what the projection of my voice sounds like into spaces, and like kind of just, I don't even say studying it, just being aware of it. It almost created like a hypersensitivity to it, and it made me like want to shut down more than express myself, if that makes sense, because I was just like, I'd rather just say nothing than like get misinterpreted or misunderstood, so I'm just gonna like not say anything at all. And honestly, that is still something that I struggle with here and there. Like my voice is like a whole thing in itself, and just like being heard and listening is like, again, I want to make a video specifically about that as well. I want to know down below, I didn't even sip any of this tea because it's so hot. I want to know down below if anybody can relate to this topic. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video short and sweet. Expect more videos like this coming soon. I just feel like I have a lot that I want to share, and like just sit down and chat it up with you guys. So hopefully you're into this. Hopefully you like, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff. Hopefully my voice wasn't too annoying in this video. Speaking of voice, I have a little sinus thing happening. I don't know, I was fasting for a week and I just feel like it's all coming out. So bear with me in my beautiful, lovely, nasally Squidward voice. But that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.